Next up is Linda Robson. She's an advisor to the Fowler Center for Sustainable Value at Weatherhead School of Management at Case Western University. That's a mouthful. Many of you have heard Linda. She's been an active part of the E4S community. So we invite Linda to come up for a few minutes.
I don't have a PowerPoint, so I'm just going to set my drink down. And I feel like Dean Martin, but you'll notice it's just water. But he used to say that too, didn't he? I thought maybe the best way to approach this evening in terms of what CASE is doing is actually not to give you a ton of details about what CASE is doing. I've been the sustainability coordinator there for 4 years, and we've done light bulbs and variable frequency drives and low flow toilets and half-pint urinals, and we're slowly trying to gently grow and push our way into UH, and we've got local food on campus thanks to Bon Appetit, which is also helping CSU and is helping Oberlin as well. So proud about that relationship and the investment in the local food economy that it helps us do. We have 9 or 10 different centers and institutes on campus, from engineering through the medical school, arts and sciences, to the business school and the law school. So from all of our different official disciplines, we're paying attention to the environment, to social equity, to opportunity versus challenge, to sustainability. So actually, everything that Kent State, first of all, they have an airport and a golf training center. Who cares if they're sustainable? I just wish we had those. We've got like a Mexican restaurant, and that's as close to either as we're probably gonna get. So I thought, instead of giving you the laundry list of what we're doing or how big our carbon footprint is or all of that stuff, I think what it's maybe important, or what feels important for me to say this evening, is actually where our learning curve is, or where we're kind of reaching or stepping our toes out of our comfort zone. Because as you know, you've seen presentations from us at E4S in the past, and we're very good at energy and engineering and kind of the nuts and bolts of sustainability. But you know what? Everyone in higher ed is. I go to these conferences and everybody's got the light bulbs down. We all struggle with recycling, and that's just the nature of that beast, I guess, because we just don't have enough Bodains in the world. But where I think our learning edge is, and Steph and Sabina and Melanie were all talking about their programs, it's moving from operations towards curriculum development. And that's where we're kind of, I wouldn't say struggling, but you know, when you sit on the edge, it's like it's uncomfortable to sit on an edge. It's the thong of sustainability in higher education, because it means that we need to provide our faculty, who've been doing their jobs for 30 years or so, we need to be helping kind of retrain the way they think about their fields or their disciplines, and retrain the way they approach the content that they use in their classes. And so why I'm raising that tonight is 2 things. One, to usher an invitation from the Fowler Center. And that's the Center for Sustainable Value that's in our business school. We would really like to write case studies about how local businesses, corporations, what have you, local organizations are incorporating sustainability into their business practices. And by that, I'm specifically talking about, have you incorporated a new way to account for externalities? Have you incorporated new strategies, new accounting piece, baby? That kind of stuff. And if you have, you can either talk to me, or you can talk to this handsome devil in the red sweater here, Roger Salant, the director of the Fowler Center. And then the other reason why I raised the curriculum thing is that we ourselves are looking at the very practices I just requested to learn from you. We ourselves, as a university, as an organization, need to start looking at the ways we behave internally. So are our accounting practices following sustainable guidelines? Are we pushing our own learning edge in how we invest, or the transparency of our investment? or our decision making, those kinds of things. So we're peeling back the layers of that onion, going through light bulbs in mechanical rooms, electric vehicles, landscaping practices, local food, getting down to the internal processes of the university. And that's where we are now. And that's where we're a little uncomfortable. And some of us are there, and others of us are like, let's talk about recycling. Don't bother me. Don't tell me how to make my decisions. But I think that's what all of us in this room and what I am there for. All of us are change agents. All of us are, once we have this knowledge, we're sort of required to share it and to bring others along. And so I see my job as, instead of kind of pushing the decision makers or the investors at my university, I need to kind of extend my hand and guide them along to taking our practices a little more deep, making them more socially equitable, making them more transparent, reducing our environmental impact even more, all of those kinds of things, investing locally even more frequently than we already are. So that's where we are. Any questions? Yeah.
Gotcha. How is the Center for Great Lakes Energy impacted the curriculum, and or have you created a sustainable energy curriculum like Baldwin Wallace around that center?
Is there anybody here from GLIEI? EIEIO? So that is one of the missions of the center, or pardon me, of the Institute. And my understanding is that they've spent just this last couple of years staffing with faculty and core staff, and that they're getting ready to kick into that gear. So it's not there yet.